Hello and welcome to Crac's second gameplay video of the week, and me and Simon are playing Guild Wars 2 at the moment, and so far it's been quite stressful and pretty good.
Well, not been so stressful for me, but I've really enjoyed it.
I've pretty much couldn't play any of it on the Friday due to massive server problems. I mean, obviously it's their first, well, they call it the first open beta weekend, so I assume there's going to be a second one in the next few weeks or the next few months. But yeah, I couldn't really get on Friday, nor could a lot of people, getting a load of error codes, and yeah, it's pretty much stress testing me instead of the servers, like. But when I eventually got on, and the time that I played, it's probably one of the best MMOs I've played so far, and graphics are pretty good.
It does look fantastic. I don't know how well that'll come across on this video, but it's really quite impressive.
It's just, I mean, at the moment, obviously with everyone being on in the same area at the same time, it's quite laggy for me because I've only got a 1 gig graphics card, a Radeon HD5 series, so it's not handling it too well. But I've got the graphics on high anyway because I'm ballsy like that. And the textures are really good. The environments are really, really nice. It is probably the best looking MMO that I've played as well. I mean, you know, the game, World of Warcraft's okay, but that's a bit outdated, and Star Wars: The Old Republic, that looks nice, but it's a bit too cartoony for me. But nah, this is definitely, well, it's definitely making me PC hurt at the minute. And because of the server issues that we were having, I'm not exactly, I'm not on the same server as Simon right now. I changed servers from a high population server to a low population server just to see if that would work, make the game run a bit better, but it didn't. And the ironic thing is that the server that I'm on is high population, and the old server that I was on is going back to low population.
And now you're stuck.
Won't let me. So I am stuck in lag.
That's been one of the quirks of the betas, that like a few technical problems, like not being able to change servers.
Oh yeah, just a few. Yeah, I mean, they were allowing free character transfers, and then when I tried to change back again for the second time, it was actually trying to say, like, you have to pay 1,800 of some sort of currency. Looked like a gem, but I'm not sure. I didn't read too much into it. I was too frustrated at it denying me. But it's pretty much the same story as it was with Diablo 3 beta for me. As soon as you have a little taste of it, you want it to come out right now, because I'm pretty much ready for this game now, and have been for close to 2 years, because it's getting a bit bored of the many expansion packs of the first Guild Wars. I've been looking forward to this for quite a while.
I mean, I never really played the first Guild Wars, but from what I can see, this doesn't seem like the same sort of game at all, really.
Oh no, well, it's not the same game, because I'll tell you one important and exciting thing. You can actually jump on Guild Wars 2. You can jump.
That must be like the number one requested, like upgrade, the ability to jump.
Oh yeah, to jump and roll, it's awesome. Like, I couldn't give a crap about the graphics or anything like that, just the fact that you can jump. Like, I'm sorted. I want the game. I am sold.
The thing that's impressed me the most is the like the variety in quests, and just the number of different things you're doing, like, right from the start.
Oh yeah, you're not left with nothing to do at any point. I mean, you'll start off with one quest, and then you travel to where you've got to go for your quest. You've got to go to the quest waypoint, and then on your way, you'll either have someone shout you over for a quest, or you'll you'll get pulled into an event, a nearby event, and it'll actually tell you on the screen. It'll say event nearby, and then it'll circle it on the map, and then you just take part with other players who are playing in the area, and it's kind of like what you've seen in Warhammer Online. That was pretty good. You used to go through the land, and depending on where you were, you could take part in different multiplayer events, and you'd help other players to kill off a few mobs, some bosses, and you know, get a nice little reward for it, XP and nice items. That's pretty much been what's going on here. It's you're definitely left with something to do all the time.
I think that sort of like the multiplayer like random group quest thing is the best thing in like any MMO. Like I loved it in Warhammer, and I'm amazed that it hasn't been like ripped off since then. I think it's in Blizzard are putting it in Mists of Pandaria, but I mean it's been a long time coming. And like the focus of this game seems to be that sort of thing. Like everything is like cooperative or like group based. Like not even that you have to be in a party, but I mean even if like there's someone killing a wolf and you go across and help them kill the wolf, you'll get some sort of recognition for it.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, it's that I think that's the reason why I liked Warhammer Online so much, because you know, even though it's just an MMO and you're bound to cooperate with people at some point in instances and things like that, it had a different way about it. You didn't have to be in a group for it, like a party for it. You just went along and joined the party. That's about it. And I like the whole attacking forts and defending forts thing in Warhammer, and it was a bit of a shame that not a lot of people that I knew carried on playing the game for long, because you know, you were all hardcore World of Warcraft players, and they were a bit harsh to judge it and say, oh well, it's not as good as Warcraft, so I may as well just play Warcraft. And you know, I think that's why a lot of MMOs have gone free to play within, you know, a year and a bit, because a lot of people have that sort of mentality. You know, if it's not a WoW beta, then why play it? And you know, I don't agree with that, because in the past I've played Battlefield games and Call of Duty games, and you know, one's always better than the other, but it's the same principle.
A lot of people are just comfortable with World of Warcraft and what's happening in World of Warcraft. They know sort of what to expect with everything, like even the expansions. They know what, it's just more of the same that they're happy with. Whereas I think Guild Wars is, well, this beta from the 5-6 levels of it that I've managed to play is almost completely different.
It's definitely one of the most, or if not the most fun starting area that I've ever played in any MMO. It's a lot more fun than WoW, because in the starting areas in World of Warcraft I thought it was a bit of a grind just to get past it and progress into a different place. Whereas this is, you know, you feel like you're at a higher level straight away, because there's a lot of fun things to do, and you don't really get that in MMO games. You don't get like amazing fun to start off with. It's all a bit like crappy because you've got the worst gear, and in this you don't really give a crap because, you know, it just launches you straight into it.
It is sort of instantly satisfying, even to just fight things. I mean, I know like you would start World of Warcraft as a mage or something, and then you just fire and firebolts for the first 5 levels. It doesn't really feel the same here. Like the combat's a lot more like involved. Although you only start with like one or two spells.
Like when you I mean, when you were saying before that, obviously people who play World of Warcraft are going to feel comfortable with that way of playing. I mean, we were just speaking to our friend before, and he was saying when he first played the Guild Wars 2 closed beta last month, he wasn't too sure about the combat because it was out of his comfort zone, because he was so used to World of Warcraft. Because obviously in Guild Wars now, it's not just about standing still and doing DPS or healing. You can actually move around and use your skill moves. So for example, I've got a Norn Hunter playing it right now, and when I'm firing the bow, I can actually move around and fire. I don't have to like be stationary and fire, which I think is really good. And obviously as well, most notably about the combat now is that you can jump. Only messing. Now the most notably is the fact that you can roll roll around, like to avoid missiles and things like that, to avoid projectiles and general melee attacks, and I think that's a really nice touch.
Stand back, Shaman Frostblade. We have intruders.
What are you doing on your game right now?
Dying mostly.
It is. I have actually found it quite easy to die on this, especially in the not when you're on your own, just when you're in the big group events. Because you know, if someone dies and you're fighting a big mob, everyone comes over to you. It could just be three mobs, and then you'd get killed quite easily. And my pet is absolutely useless. Dies instantly. No point in having it.
It's just taking a bit of getting used to. I mean, one of the things that's impressed me a lot is like the way it handles people dying, because if you, like, it comes up with a few abilities once you're sort of on the ground in a sort of defeated state, and then from there, if you can manage to kill whichever mobs are attacking you that killed you, you can sort of resurrect yourself.
Or like a Last Stand perk on Call of Duty, isn't it?
I suppose so. Or alternatively, like if you do die, anyone can like resurrect you. Like if you're in one of these big sort of group environments where there's like 20 people milling around, like if you die, any one of them can just come across and pick you up, or vice versa. You can do that with them.
Well, for me, that's been a rare occurrence because there's been so many people playing the events that if you're on the floor about to die, you're completely overlooked because loads of people are just concentrating on mobs or they're concentrating on the main boss. So if you're down, you're down. Like, you just gotta help yourself. Hope you kill the mob that you're aiming at, because I've found that not a lot of people care.
No, it might
go around and do it, but you know, I'm overlooked, like on this server anyway.
In my experience, there's a lot of people doing that, like just helping out, like doing probably picking each other up. Maybe it's not while the fight was going on, but after the fight.
I'm definitely smell.
The end is near.
Just where am I now? I'm at the eastern watch post on my Norn Hunter, and the whole environment and the landscape is impressive. It's very impressive. It's kind of like a light version of what you'd see whilst you're in Skyrim. They've definitely focused on every minute detail of the environment because it looks really nice, and the atmosphere is really good as well. Like, you get a feel for where you are. Like obviously where I am now, it's snowing and there's a lot of like mist around, and it's quite nice the way it hangs around the buildings in the distance, and the details on the buildings in the background as well. It's none of it glitches or anything like that, because I've found that on a lot of games objects in the distance tend to glitch a little bit on certain things, but in this everything's pretty much pristine.
I think a lot of the buildings are quite
why it's killing me graphics card.
A lot of the buildings are quite unique as well. Like, I haven't seen too many that are sort of repeated.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not a copy and paste game, which I'm loving at the moment. I mean, obviously I've not played a massive amount of this yet because of all the problems that's been happening, but from about the collective 2 or 3 hours that I've been playing, it's I've been really impressed with the way it looks, the presentation, the feel of it, the gameplay. It's definitely pushing the boundaries of MMOs, and it's definitely thinking outside the box. It's almost trying to reinvent the wheel for MMO.
Close to dying.
Getting a little bit of lag, that's why I'm repeatedly dying. That's my excuse.
Those excuses.
I'm showing off this ability to like rally when you die.
I'm liking the like, obviously, to touch back on what we were saying about the starting areas being fun straight away. I like the fact that you feel like you're significantly progressing with your character, with the fact that
There.
the more that you use
Spike has Sylvie's
your
spirit
starting
from
skills
life
with the
and
weapon that you've got
death. His soul is
equipped,
trapped.
you can actually see how close you are to unlocking your
It's
skill.
waiting for him to
Because
cross over.
to start with, it's obviously not about going to your trainer,
away
is it?
from
It's
having
about like
Sylvie
using your
cross
skills, getting used to them, and
invasion of
then
the
you
Mystics
see like a
here
little
and now.
percentage bar to unlock your next skill.
here's to go.
Yeah, but
It's
then
kind of like a mini leveling up bar, isn't it, just for your skills?
them skills are sort of they're for each weapon type as well. So like if you start with maces, you'll unlock skills for using maces, and then if you swap that to a sword or whatever, then you would unlock different abilities for that.
I do really like that, because I did start off with I started with me hunter, and I didn't expect me hunter to start off with axes. I started off with an axe, like a throwable axe, and I was expecting a bow, so I was a bit like, okay then. But when I was playing through, like, I was really impressed with it. About the dual wield and the axes. You know, you can dual wield straight away on this game, which I thought was quite nice, instead of having to wait for ages to get a skill. Dual wielding axes, and I was throwing axes everywhere, having loads of fun, and then I picked up a bow. And then I didn't actually think about my skills at the time, I just picked up the bow, equipped it, and then all my skill bars changed automatically, and I thought that was quite good. I didn't have to do it myself, it was all did it automatically, and then, you know, I was off progressing through the bow and arrows, so it was quite enjoyable. I haven't picked up any more weapons just yet, but it's been the crack so far. What character are you playing?
I'm a known guardian. I think it was the closest to a sort of paladin-ish type character that I could find. But I saw anyway.
I think Norn has been probably the most popular character choice, judging by how many people are on at the same time, because I created the Char character, and I actually picked the Guardian for Char as well. There wasn't anywhere near as many people I should say, on that server that I was on. Don't know what it was like for other servers, but Norm's definitely the most popular choice. Don't know about Human, I haven't had a chance to roll with Human, and obviously we won't have a chance to now, because the beta's ending in about half an hour. But yeah, I'll probably catch that the next time round, because this is apparently the first open beta weekend, so we can expect it soon.
I certainly hope so. I wonder if I hope we'll be able to keep these same characters. I doubt that somehow.
You never know, because it is like the beta client that we've downloaded, so hopefully the key that we've got will keep itself on their servers, and then it will just stay the way it is until retail release. I hope so anyway, because that'll be a nice touch, because I'd hate to have to start everything all over again. Unless they make some real significant changes to the starting area, which I doubt it, because at the moment, minus the fact that there's horrendous lag, everything's pretty fine. It's actually making me wonder though, with the FPS lag, obviously there are a lot of people on at the moment, and I don't know whether it's just purely down to the server population, but I was having a look on forums before to see if there were any temporary fixes for it, and apparently there wasn't. It was just the usual, make sure you set the process to high priority in your control panel, in your task manager, sorry. But there was people on like Alienware forums with like beastie PCs, and they were saying that they've got the graphics on low, and they get about 30 FPS, and I was just like, wow.
It'll just be beta stuff, I imagine.
I mean, I'm pretty much expecting it to be lag anyway, because obviously we're gonna be playing this on release day, so I imagine how many people are gonna be in the starting area at the same time. So that is pretty much expected.
Exactly. I think a lot of it's to do with the spell effects.
Oh yeah, spell effects are fantastic. Like everything in this game is pretty much presented in a really, really tidy way. But the spell effects are that's a nice touch.
No, that's sort of the one time when I've noticed like a significant drop in performances when there was a lot of people in a small area, all sort of like hammering abilities, and there was just all this like flames and effects and particles going everywhere. It was good to look at, but
You know,
wasn't moving very quickly.
it's you know, it's this game is impressive. Like the amount of effort that's gone into it. Like there's a clear mass amount of effort that's gone into it, and they've definitely not cut any corners, especially with the visuals, and the gameplay seems really nice as well. But it's really impressive the fact that they're not actually going to be charging a subscription fee for this.
Wow, it's quite amazing.
I'm hurting here.
I mean, back in like last year or something when Cataclysm was released, I would have liked World of Warcraft to look like this. On the amount of money that they get, could have put a little bit more effort into it. So I think that's one thing that I've really been wanting out of Warcraft in the past like year or so. Just a significant step up in the visuals, because you know, I know they made like slight changes to like light shafts and shadows and things like that, but meh, not enough for me. I'm a tough customer for that.
I don't think it'll ever have like a full makeover. They're more likely to just release WoW 2, aren't they? But I mean, this has the same sort of like stylized, like cartoony graphics as like World of Warcraft. They just look much better. Obviously, because it's like
everything's in proportion. Like everything's in proportion. Whereas, like, you know, you've got a human on this, and the body is actually like a human. Whereas on WoW, like, the human bodies look like kind of like a really weird orc's body, and it shouldn't be.
That's true. Human models in World of Warcraft are particularly bad.
Like friggin' bowling pins with arms. I pretty much knew this game wouldn't disappoint. Like, I've been waiting for it for ages, but ArenaNet and the rest of them are pretty much reliable when it comes to making a really good game. You know, Guild Wars and all the expansions, they've been, you know, for me personally, they've been fantastic. But just a shame you couldn't jump.
That has held them back.
That's significantly held back the progression, definitely.
Oh, traveler. Hey, got a minute? I have a deal for you.
Obviously, a little thing in this game as well. You can be anywhere, and you can read your mail. Don't have to go to a mailbox.
It's nice of them.
Just pull the mail out your backside, like you do.
I never understood why you had to do that in like Star Wars. Because you had like that hollow communicator on your wrist.
Yeah, I really liked that.
I mean, you couldn't actually do anything with it unless the game wanted you to communicate with someone. Like you couldn't like read your mail or whatever.
I would like to like make calls to other players, hollow calls to other players, and just go, hey. But you should say that there are no hollow calls in Guild Wars.
Not that you know of.
Not that I know of, that's true. Maybe it's a mesmer ability, you never know. Have you found the like the difficulty of the starting area? Like the bosses and things like that?
Not too bad. Usually, because I mean, when I played the majority of it, there was a lot of people sort of getting involved. I think when you're doing it by yourself, it is more difficult.
What I've noticed is, you know, I've played quite a few events now, and I played, like, some of those events I played over and over again, like multiple times, and I've noticed that the more people there are in the event, I'm assuming, and it appears like the boss's HP, like, goes up. Like, the more people that are there, the higher the boss's HP.
I think that's probably right.
Because, you know, there was about 20 people in this one event, and we were fighting the boss, and the boss was actually taking a really long time to go down, and I was just thinking, you know, maybe it actually upscales it.
That would make sense.
That's good, because obviously if you had loads of people in there and just down the boss that was meant for like 5 people, then it's no fun. How did you like the character customization, by the way?
It's quite deep, but I didn't spend enough time actually messing about with it because it was quite intimidating. I just wanted to play, so I just made me guy have like a big beard. But if
you don't need anything else.
No, that just covers the whole of his face. He has like long hair and a big beard, so like any other sort of customization would have went been wasted.
You're just looking at it going, eye shape? Nah, stop that. Big beard.
Pretty much. But I mean, if you want to do that, you can.
Oh, I was doing some massive exploring with the customization. Because the most important part of an MMO for me is creating your character and having the customization options there, because I literally spend about 15 to 20 minutes. Choose me name. I'd spend about 15 to 20 minutes just picking everything from your character, like changing the eye shape and things like that, jaw width, all crap like that, and it was enjoyable. Like, there was a lot to do. Like, it's similar to what you see in sports games, where, as I was saying, you could change the eye shape, jaw width, nose size, nose tilt, jaw tilt, chin height, all that.
Chin height?
Especially with the chin height, yeah. You have your chin on your head if you want. No, but I was doing the Char character, and it was a lot of fun doing that, because you can just make the Char's face look really, really like vicious. Because unlike what Game Crack's own Tony thinks, that the Char looked like a cow, doesn't look like a cow. Looks more like a lion, like a hyena crossed with a lion. A hyen. Yeah, I'm gonna call them hyens from now on. And you can make them look really vicious, and I thought that was really fun.
I thought it looked sort of like a rat.
You can edit the kind of like a. I don't know. It's
they look like Splinter from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, it should have been a character in this. Should be a character in every game. Should have it in like Battlefield.
Battlefield Turtles.
Yeah, I mean, when I was yes. I mean, when I was editing the Char character, like, I could even change like the size of the teeth, and that was quite cool. Just have teeth poking my eye and itching my eyebrows.
Next time I make a character, I'm just going to make some sort of like hideous beast of a man. Just like giant head and tiny eyes.
You can actually change like the squint and things like that on the eyes and everything, so you can just have your character look like he's constantly looking into the sun.
Just going to create the Elephant Man.
Honor bear, and be strong.
It's all about making him look like Squidward off SpongeBob SquarePants. I've literally been in the same sort of 10-yard radius, running around in a circle and jumping. I'm clearly ecstatic that there's jumpings in this game now. I wish I was recording it from my end as well. Even though my female hunter is making some manly noises.
Have you tried the PvP? Do you know how to try the PvP?
I have no idea how to try the PvP. I'm at this big city now, but I literally have no idea where the PvP is, or even if there is any PvP.
I think there is, but I've no idea how you access it.
To be honest, I mean, judging by the amount of lag I'm getting, PvP, like world versus world versus world, did you say before?
Yeah, I believe it is.
That would, well, I've just said it now, my PC is pretty much crying, it's cowering, tower's shaking.
I would like to have given it a go.
I've just got a message pop up. You have been moved to the Wayfarer Foothills Overflow. You are queued to enter the map when it is ready.
Must be too many people in.
Far too many people. I am standing next to a hunter called Yogi the Bear.
How inventive.
That is something to mention, actually. You can have spaces in your character name. Obviously, this guy's called Yogi the Bear. It's not all one word; it's all separate words. And that's quite cool as well, because I used to hate not having spaces in my names on like certain MMO games. I wish to be named many words.
Didn't you have to have two names in the first Guild Wars?
Yeah, in Guild Wars you had two names, yeah. But I think in it didn't allow it in Warcraft, did it?
No.
That was annoying, because obviously a lot of character names are obviously they were getting taken up really fast because of the millions and millions of players who play World of Warcraft, and it's just frustrating the way you couldn't have a space in your name, because obviously that would have made it easier to pick a name.
I never thought of it that way, but I suppose you're right.
You know, if I wanted to call me character on this Sausage Sandwich in 2 words, I could. In fact, I might just do that when I get the game.
This is a bad time to be traveling.
I think we've pretty much covered almost everything, if not all the important bits anyway. Got a lot of minute bits, like the nice little icon designs that you've got, things like that, but all the main things, it's pretty much covered, I think.
I think so.
Obviously you'll be able to see what the game looks like anyway if you didn't get a chance to play in the beta on Simon's screen. If you're looking on Simon's screen right now, and
Good hunting.
yeah, and you'll probably see that it is good.
I think so.
Right, well, I think we'll call it quits there. I've been Jay. Thanks for watching and putting up with the rabble. And he has been Simon. I think he's been Simon.
Yes.
I think he was Simon in the Trials video.
I was, yes. I continue to be.
Well, well, this is good. This is good. So, yeah, thanks for listening. TTFN.
TTFN.